It's just his brain that is failing him.
But the language is...
Yeah, the language is going. And, you know, we've learned to adapt, and we have a way of communicating with him, which is just a different way.
Emma Heming Willis recently shared heartbreaking news about the current condition of her husband, Bruce Willis. In a conversation with Diane Sawyer on Good Morning America on ABC, Emma explained that Bruce can still walk and maintain his physical health. However, the disease, frontotemporal dementia, is gradually taking away his ability to speak and communicate, according to Emma. The man who once talked constantly and could make an entire room laugh now often sits quietly. He is still there, still Bruce, but expressing his thoughts has become increasingly difficult. The life and career foundation of Bruce Willis. Before illness entered his life, Bruce Willis built a reputation as one of the most recognizable actors in Hollywood. His career lasted more than 4 decades and included over 70 films and television appearances. Bruce Willis was born on March 19, 1955, in Idar Oberstein, West Germany, but he grew up in New Jersey, United States. His father worked as a welder and factory worker, and his mother worked in a bank. The family lived a simple, working-class life. As a child, Willis struggled with a noticeable speech problem. He had a severe stutter that often made speaking in class difficult. Teachers noticed that when he acted in school plays, the stutter disappeared. Acting gave him confidence and became the first step toward his future career. After high school, Willis worked several jobs. He worked as a bartender in New York City while attending acting classes. During that time, he auditioned for television roles and small stage productions. His breakthrough came in 1985 when he was cast as David Addison in the television series Moonlighting. The show starred Willis alongside Sybil Shepherd. Willis played a private detective who mixed humor with charm and sarcasm. The role quickly made him popular with television audiences. His performance earned him both an Emmy Award and a Golden Globe. 3 years later, his career changed again. In 1988, Willis starred in the action film Die Hard. He played New York police officer John McClane, a character trapped inside a Los Angeles skyscraper during a terrorist takeover. The film became a major box office success and turned Willis into an international action star. Several lines from the film became famous. One of the most quoted was McClane's sarcastic message to a villain: "Welcome to the party, pal." Another memorable line from the film described the situation that started the chaos. "Come out to the coast, we'll get together, have a few laughs." Following the success of Die Hard, Willis continued acting in a wide range of films. His filmography eventually included more than 70 projects. He appeared in action movies, comedies, and dramatic roles. He also recorded music and performed songs, including classics originally associated with Bing Crosby. Outside of films, Willis appeared frequently on television programs, including Good Morning America. During these appearances, he often joked with hosts and entertained the audience. His public image was relaxed and playful. Friends and colleagues often described Willis as energetic and warm. He liked making people laugh and encouraging others to enjoy life. He often repeated a simple message: live fully and enjoy the moment. His personal life also received public attention. Willis was previously married to actress Demi Moore. After their divorce in 2000, Willis later spoke in an interview with Diane Sawyer about hoping to find a good woman to build a new life with. Years later, he met Emma Heming Willis. The two married in 2009 during a small beach ceremony. Together, they built a blended family with 5 daughters, 3 from his previous marriage and 2 from his marriage with Emma. For many years, Bruce Willis was known as both a Hollywood star and a devoted father. That image of strength, humor, and constant energy is what makes the changes in his life today feel so profound for those who know his story. A happy marriage before the illness. Before illness entered their lives, the relationship between Emma Heming Willis and Bruce Willis was built on a simple but strong foundation: family, humor, and everyday companionship. Emma first met Bruce in the mid-2000s. At the time, Emma worked as a model. She described herself as quiet and naturally introverted. Bruce, in contrast, was outgoing and talkative. Despite their different personalities, they connected quickly. Emma later said they shared the same values about work, family, and loyalty. The couple married in 2009 during a small beach ceremony. Their marriage brought together a blended family. Bruce already had 3 daughters from his previous marriage to Demi Moore, Rumer Willis, Scout Willis, and Tallulah Willis. Together, Bruce and Emma later welcomed 2 more daughters, Mabel Ray Willis, born in 2012, and Evelyn Penn Willis, born in 2014. In total, Bruce became the father of 5 daughters. Within the family, he was often described as the ultimate girl dad, according to Emma. Bruce took his role as a father seriously. He stayed closely involved in the lives of his children. He listened to their stories, attended family gatherings, and encouraged them to enjoy life fully. One phrase he repeated often was simple: live it up. Family life often revolved around laughter. During gatherings, Bruce usually became the center of attention. He liked telling jokes, singing songs, and making playful comments that made everyone laugh. Emma remembered his loud laugh and the mischievous smile that often followed it. To Emma, these small moments defined who Bruce truly was. Behind the image of a Hollywood action star, she saw a warm and affectionate man. She once explained that what she loved most about Bruce was his ability to be completely himself. He could be funny and playful one moment, then deeply emotional and caring the next. That balance made their relationship feel genuine and stable. For many years, their home life followed a simple rhythm: raising children, spending time together, and building memories as a family. Those memories would later become especially meaningful when their lives began to change in ways they had never expected. The first symptoms and the diagnosis. The changes in Bruce Willis did not appear suddenly. According to Emma Heming Willis, they developed slowly over time. At first, the differences were small. Bruce began speaking less during family gatherings. The man who once dominated conversations sometimes sat quietly while others talked. Emma later described the feeling as if he had faded into the background. Soon, language problems became more noticeable. Bruce occasionally struggled to find simple words. Conversations that once flowed easily began to pause. Emma also noticed something familiar returning from his childhood: his old stutter. These early changes were confusing. Bruce had spent his life talking, joking, and entertaining people. Seeing him suddenly quiet felt unusual. Over time, the changes extended beyond language. Emma began noticing shifts in Bruce's personality. The man who had always been warm and affectionate sometimes seemed emotionally distant. At moments, he appeared less responsive to the feelings of the people around him. Emma described this shift as completely opposite from the person she had known for years. For Emma, the experience created a growing sense of alarm. She felt that something was wrong, but could not immediately explain it. She later said that it felt as if Bruce was slowly withdrawing from the world around him. The family initially searched for other explanations. Doctors first considered conditions such as depression or stress related to aging. Some symptoms were also interpreted as part of a midlife transition, but the changes continued. Eventually, Bruce underwent neurological testing and brain imaging. After a series of evaluations, doctors reached a diagnosis. Around 3 years ago, Bruce Willis was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia. For Emma, hearing the diagnosis was overwhelming. She later described the moment as feeling like falling into free fall. The information was difficult to process. At the same time, she felt unprepared for what came next. Emma explained that after the diagnosis, the family received very little guidance. She said she was given basic medical information and a sheet of instructions, but no clear roadmap for how to manage daily life with the disease. Another difficulty was Bruce's own awareness of the illness. According to Emma, many patients with frontotemporal dementia do not fully recognize the changes happening to them. Bruce initially resisted medical visits and evaluations. For Emma, this created an additional challenge. She had to manage medical decisions while also protecting Bruce's dignity. Looking back, Emma says the early stage of the disease was filled with uncertainty. The symptoms were confusing, the diagnosis was rare, and the future felt unclear. But understanding the illness would eventually help the family begin adapting to a new reality. Understanding frontotemporal dementia, FTD. The condition affecting Bruce Willis is called frontotemporal dementia, often shortened to FTD. Doctors describe it as a form of dementia that damages the front and side regions of the brain, areas responsible for language, behavior, and personality. Neurologists sometimes refer to FTD as the black belt of dementias. The term reflects how aggressively the disease can affect behavior and communication. Unlike Alzheimer's disease, which usually appears in older adults, frontotemporal dementia often begins earlier. The average age when symptoms first appear is around 56. Because of this earlier onset, the disease often affects people who are still working and raising families. FTD is also far less widely known. Researchers only began studying the condition more closely in the early 1990s. As a result, public awareness remains limited compared with other forms of dementia. The symptoms of FTD can vary depending on which part of the brain is damaged. One common sign is difficulty with language. Patients may struggle to find words or form sentences over time. Speech can become slower and less frequent. Another major change involves behavior. Some patients lose motivation and withdraw from social interaction. Others may show reduced empathy or appear emotionally distant. In certain cases, people develop impulsive behaviors, poor judgment, or unusual habits. Because these symptoms overlap with other conditions, diagnosis can be difficult. Doctors sometimes initially suspect depression, stress, or personality changes related to aging. Another challenge is that many FTD patients do not fully recognize their own symptoms. The areas of the brain responsible for self-awareness are often affected early in the disease. As a result, patients may resist medical evaluation or believe nothing is wrong. Currently, there is no cure for frontotemporal dementia. No medication can stop or reverse the damage occurring in the brain. Treatment usually focuses on managing symptoms and helping families adapt to daily life with the disease. For this reason, early diagnosis is considered important. Identifying the disease sooner allows families to plan for care and gives patients the opportunity to participate in clinical research studies that aim to develop future treatments. For families like the Willis family, understanding the nature of FTD became a crucial step in learning how to face the challenges ahead. Bruce Willis's current condition and his family's response today. Bruce Willis is 69 years old, according to Emma Heming Willis. His physical health remains relatively stable. He can still walk, move around the house, and maintain basic daily routines. However, the effects of frontotemporal dementia continue to progress in his brain. The most noticeable changes appear in communication. Bruce's ability to use language has gradually declined. Conversations that once came naturally now happen less often. Words are harder for him to find, and long discussions have become rare. Because of this, the family has learned to communicate in different ways. Instead of relying on long conversations, they focus on simple expressions, gestures, and shared moments. Eye contact facial expressions, and small reactions have become more meaningful forms of communication. Emma explained that even though language has faded, Bruce still shows pieces of his personality. There are moments when his familiar loud laugh suddenly returns. Sometimes his eyes still light up with the same playful expression the family has known for years. Occasionally, he gives the same mischievous smile that once filled a room with energy. But these moments are brief. For Emma, those small flashes of the man she has always known can be both comforting and painful. They remind her that Bruce is still present, even as the disease changes how he interacts with the world. Emma, now 49 years old, has taken on the role of primary caregiver. She manages daily routines, medical care, and family responsibilities. She has described this experience as an unexpected journey, a path that she never imagined walking. Caring for someone with frontotemporal dementia requires patience and constant adjustment. Every day can bring small changes that require the family to adapt again. Despite these challenges, Emma often reflects on the years she shared with Bruce before the illness appeared. She describes those memories as priceless. The laughter, the conversations, and the ordinary family moments have taken on deeper meaning. Emotionally, Emma says her perspective has changed over time. In the beginning, the diagnosis brought fear and a sense of helplessness. The future felt uncertain. Gradually, however, she began focusing on what still remains. She often emphasizes a simple truth: Bruce is still here. He may communicate differently now. His behavior may have changed, but the person she loves has not completely disappeared. For Emma and their family, holding on to that belief has become an important source of strength as they continue navigating life with the disease. Why Emma chose to speak, and the message of hope. For Emma Heming Willis, speaking publicly about her husband's illness was not an easy decision. She has often described herself as a private person. However, after watching the effects of frontotemporal dementia on her family, she felt a responsibility to share their experience. Emma explained that one of her biggest motivations was to help other caregivers. According to medical estimates, roughly 50,000 families in the United States are currently living with FTD. Many of them struggle with confusion, limited information, and a lack of support. To address this, Emma wrote a book titled The Unexpected Journey. The book is scheduled for release on September 9th and is already available for pre-order. In it, Emma describes her personal experience caring for Bruce Willis and explains how families can find strength during difficult moments. The book focuses on practical guidance and emotional support for caregivers. Emma shares what she learned during the early stages of Bruce's illness, including how to navigate medical appointments, manage daily care, and maintain emotional resilience. In addition to the book, a television special titled Emma and Bruce Willis: The Unexpected Journey is also being produced by ABC. The program expands on the story Emma shared during her interview with Diane Sawyer on Good Morning America. It will also be available for streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu. Through these projects, Emma hopes to increase public awareness about frontotemporal dementia. The disease remains poorly understood by many people, and families often face long periods of uncertainty before receiving a diagnosis. Emma also emphasizes the importance of recognizing early symptoms. Earlier diagnosis may allow patients to participate in clinical research programs that aim to develop future treatments. Most importantly, Emma wants caregivers to understand that they are not alone. Sharing her family's story is her way of creating a sense of connection among people facing the same challenge. Her message is simple: seek information, watch for symptoms, and reach out to support communities whenever help is needed.